Hey guys, this is Taylor with Tayler'd Creations. Welcome back to another video. I'm going to show you guys how I made this sample prom dress. This dress is a size medium and it is for sale. So per usual, I start with my train as this is the bulk of my fabric. I do think I did about 40 to 45 inches on my train. But yeah, I cut two out, front and the back. And in this dress, I did have an open back, so you can kind of see how I did that. I shortened the center back. I'm going through this journal I have to see what I did. And I did curve the back a little bit. And as you can see, I shortened the shoulder seam because my fabric did stretch and I didn't need that much, Yeah, I'm cutting out my mesh piece, and of course I'm using my rotary cutter. And I cut a left and a right side. And I'm cutting out my skirt. And as you can see here, my pattern is kind of past the fabric, and I'll explain why in a minute. But yeah, I cut that out, and then I'm placing my fabric wrong size to wrong size so that I can line them. I typically flat line my garments. But yes, I pin it all around. Of course, I sew it with a basting stitch. Again, I have so many tutorials on this. Feel free to check those out. Alright, so here I am, I already have it lined. I have 2 layers of spandex, and then I'm putting my mesh on top. And as you can see, my mesh is smaller, and that was intentional. Like this mesh stretches a whole lot more than the spandex, and I feel like it's kind of bubbly. When I cut it the same size, like on my back skirt. So this is like my back piece, and I feel like it's like not flat, it's like puckering. But yeah, so I cut this smaller to see, and I hope it works. But we'll see, and I'm just pinning it all the way around. And as I was sewing this, something was going on with my serger. I think I needed a new blade, but I didn't have one. So I just cut it myself, whatever. And then I serged over my seams. And this is me serging the mesh to the top of the skirt. You can see, nice clean finish, and then I'm gonna fold it back so I can top stitch. And now I'm sewing my sides together with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. When I sewed the sides of my mesh, I did use a brown thread that I got from Joann's. And I'm gonna clip, trim that off, so I can top stitch it flat. And then this is me serging, and then, like I said, something was wrong with my serger, and I don't know. It was still tripping at this point. because I don't really want this to be serged, if that makes sense. I want it to be thin so I could top stitch it. So I kind of started a little lower. And I'm gonna take out the brown here. It looked a little tacky, unprofessional to me, so I just took it out. Took out those brown threads, and like I said, I flipped it over and top stitched. And then I'm burning the mesh off my applique so I can hand sew it on my mannequin. I have a full tutorial on this step specifically, so be sure to check that out. And yeah, I'm sitting on the couch. The standing and hand sewing, not a fan. I like to lay her down so I could really get into it. But yeah, make sure y'all check out that tutorial. And this was how my dress turned out after I finished hand sewing. I thought it was pretty bland, a little plain, so I added some rhinestones to the bottom. I did do a TikTok on that. And to add the rhinestones, I'm placing my plastic at the bottom because I only put rhinestones at the bottom. So I'm wrapping the saran wrap all the way around, and then put my fabric back in place so that I can glue the rhinestones. I got these rhinestones from Amazon, and I'm using B6000 glue. It actually came with one of my packs of rhinestones. But when I had to use the heavier rhinestones, I ended up using my Magnatac glue. It's a little thicker. The B6000 wasn't holding for me. And also for the thicker ones, you have to lay the fabric down because if it's standing, they kind of just fall down. But yes, I'm just gluing in some spots, and then I place my rhinestones, of course. But yes, this is the final look of this dress. Like I said, it is available for purchase. It is $600. Please DM me. And thank you for watching.